Hello, I'm Satoshi Yamamoto. Welcome back to my time bench. Today I'm going to do what I named body wing nymph. This is another matched hatch pattern during the Mayfly hatch at the Livingston Spring Creek. Shown here is a PMD pale morning dawn pattern, and then the idea here is I have been observing, the Mayfly dawn just coming out of the nymph shuck. So that's why it's got the nymph, and then with folded wing, or I should say, wings that have not yet developed, free matured yet, and then but still at the surface. So this is a CDC and foam pad. This is a surface film pattern. I mean a dry fly definitely. Then for the namesake, it's wing bud. I'm going to attach a picture in my catalog. Wing bud. So wing bud. So that's what I start to call body wing. There's no particular reason for it. And then what I got here is size probably 18. Daiwiki 320 straight hook. Dry fly hook. But for this video, I'm going to tie with size 16 Daiwiki 125, and then what I got here is a Viva thread 16 I just say almost 100% of my Spring Creek fries tied with this 16 definitely the best thread for this purpose. I'm going to attach copper wire or brown, really thin one, small one, slightly behind the this hook bob. So, and the next material is this pheasant tail. Good old pheasant tail. This I dyed, custom dyed olive. You can use like a dyed yellow, or of course natural, or like a more brown ones. And this one was somewhat kind of fading its natural color. So that is why I kind of dyed and then revived it. And then I cut out probably 6-7 fibers for this size. You'd be using less for say a blue wing pattern, which is like size 20. I'm adjusting the length of the tail, probably just about half of a hook shank length. I'm gonna proceed my thread forward. Put one more time here. Then I'm going to hold it with 2 wraps. Then I'm going to counter wrap this wire. This to reinforce fragile pheasant tail from teeth, or biting teeth of a trout. And then yes, it does catch fish during the pickiest and most selective matched hatch situation. I am going to unwrap the thread. So then I hold wire with 2 ends. Now I can cut this one off and then clean out the butt end. So next material is just a piece of foam here, just 2mm, and then first I cut really thin, much thinner, much not really, much less than the hook gap, especially for this immature pattern. And then furthermore, I sliced into in half, so this should be just about 1 millimeter. You don't need whole 2 millimeter of thickness. I'm going to tie in well right against abdomen. Next material is CDC Caudecanade, and then this type of CDC should be able to should be in a really good price, really reasonable price, and they usually come in the bulk. And then what I found is this natural down, is slightly tang is best. It merges really well among the natural, of the Mayfly downs and Mayfly mergers. And then I have tried the lighter down, which is more like a whitish, is kind of off, kind of too much, standing out among naturals. And then darker than this, it's just hard to see. So it floats the same, but matching the natural and then the visibility wise, this natural down is the best. Again, it should be able to find any fly shops in your area. And then this back side, fold two at the same time, much spare. I did it the same length, same color. And then okay, I'm going to tie in two at a time with back side facing up, and I'm going to trim this up. Yeah, this should be okay. Okay, yeah, tied by the tip. Then again, thread right against the abdomen. And next material is super fine dab, dry fly dabbing PMD. Just a tiny amount. And then forming the thorax of coming out down. And then I'd like to point out, you have to have enough room to finish the entire fly. Okay, next procedure is interesting. Okay, I'm going to pull two at the same time, two CDC feathers, putting forward at the same time, with making a little loop. Then hold with two turns. Then we can adjust lengths of the CDC, lengths of the wing bud. Okay, and then for this size, it's actually really easy, but smaller than this. So like I said, a brewing pattern, you would be needing either bodokin or or a needle like I have here, and make sure to spread equally, which you can tell that you are touching the stem of that CDC of CDC feathers. So this should be just right. And then in between, just in the middle, I'm going to pull this form, forward. I think this is a bit long wing, so I'm going to adjust again. Keep the thread tension, but pull two at the same time, probably around here. Okay, now let's do that again. Yeah, I can see the stem here. Ooh. Sorry, I touched the camera, but I'm glad I didn't knock it over completely. So I pulled this foam strip forward, and then holding with two thread wraps, and then I'm going to pull up all two feathers and the foam, and made a one wrap under right in front of the hook eye. Then I'm going to trim here one at a time. As close as I can, so we can have a two leaf, so I can achieve a good head without losing the thread wraps, and then also, not to mention, most importantly, so not to hide the hook eye. So okay, I start to wrap. Okay, this is one thing I can do is, okay, first I put my finger here so it doesn't come off, and I'm going to flatten this. This is a common procedure while we are working on Atlantic salmon flies. I'm going to flatten the thread by untwisting the thread. In my case, being left-handed, I'm counterclockwise with the thread. Then, yes, I was spinning my bobbin counterclockwise. And this is very important because thread wraps, this head is holding all these three materials, two CDC feathers, and then foam. That can be quite a bulk. Yet we have to achieve nice, neat head. That should be really good. With that, whip finish. Here we go. Okay, definitely apply CDC oil on the wing. I mean, I say do not use a regular oil. Just make sure it's a CDC oil. And then, if it's too dark, you might need kind of more visible, dry fry, dampen, above and fish two at a time. But if you are confident with your casting, and then light condition is good, this can be fished, one single dry fry. So this is a body wing nymph. So and then I'm going to do body wing emerger, and then why I start to separate it. So well, thank you for